You know those postcard perfect pictures of the Palm Springs area, right? The glistening pools, the super cool mid-century modern homes, and those stunning mountain views under a sun that just never seems to quit. It's pitched as a retirement paradise, the ultimate place to live out your golden years like you're on a permanent vacation. I've lived in the desert for years, and I'm here to tell you there's another side to that story, a reality that a lot of retirees discover too late, one that can turn that dream into a serious financial and emotional headache. Everyone loves to talk about the 300 plus days of sunshine here in the Coachella Valley. What they don't talk about is the sunshine tax, all the hidden costs and the major lifestyle changes that come along with it. So before you start packing your bags and browsing listings in Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, or La Quinta, we need to have a real conversation. I'm going to break down the 5 biggest drawbacks of retiring in the Coachella Valley that those glossy brochures never mention. And you'll definitely want to stick around for the end, because I'll also share the one big reason a group of incredibly happy residents say putting up with all of it is totally worth it. Okay, let's start with the biggest deal breaker for many, the summer heat. And I'm not talking about just a little warm. I'm talking about a legitimate, life-changing heat that basically runs your life for a third of the year. From June through September, and honestly often into May and October, daily life completely transforms. Temperatures regularly blast past 110 degrees, sometimes hitting 120. The old saying is, but it's a dry heat. And while that's true, it's not like Florida's swampy humidity. That same dryness is tricky. You can get dangerously dehydrated without even realizing it. For retirees, this is a huge deal. Any plans for a round of golf, a tennis match, or even just a walk have to happen at the crack of dawn. By 11 a.m., you're basically a prisoner in your own air-conditioned home until sunset. This can feel like a kind of seasonal hibernation, a forced isolation that can get old fast. A lot of part-time residents and the snowbirds get out of town completely, which can make the communities feel strangely quiet and even lonely. Then there's what this heat does to your wallet. AC isn't a luxury here. It's a lifeline. Your electricity bill can easily jump by $200 to $800 extra per month in the summer just to keep your house livable. For a typical 2,000 square foot home, it's not unheard of to see an electricity bill hit over $470 in August. This sunshine tax is a real budget item that catches so many people by surprise. Solar panels can help a ton, but that's a big upfront investment. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready to spend 4 months a year trapped indoors, paying a premium for the privilege? The second con is that your wallet is going to feel the desert heat too. While the Coachella Valley might look like a bargain next to LA or San Francisco, it's way more expensive than most of the country. Depending on the city, the cost of living can be 16% to over 30% higher than the U.S. average. Housing is the biggest shocker. The core market is $500,000 to $700,000 range, but home prices in the resort cities can swing wildly, and recent data shows prices around $650,000 to $700,000, and many homes in the $1 million range. Many of the homes you see in magazines are easily in the $1 million plus club. But it's not just the mortgage. Gas and car maintenance are about 16 to 30% higher than the national average. Groceries are about 17% more too. Throw in a sales tax of 7.75% or more, and you see how everything starts to add up. But here's what really catches people off guard. The desert premium. When big events like Coachella, Stagecoach, the BNP Paribas Open, or Modernism Week roll around, the valley's population explodes. This brings a huge price spike on everything. Your favorite restaurant might jack up its prices. Getting a reservation becomes impossible, and even the grocery store feels more expensive. Some locals either rent out their houses for a crazy profit and leave town, or they just stay home and wait for the chaos to pass. You can't just budget for the normal cost of living. You have to budget for the tourist economy you're now a part of. So many of those perfect retirement communities, the gated ones with the flawless golf courses, are run by a homeowners association. This brings us to con number 3, the shockingly expensive and confusing world of homeowner association fees. And we're not talking about small change here. HOA dues can be all over the place, from a few $100s a month to over $2,000 a month in some luxury country clubs. The average for a golf community is around $570, but if it's in a guard-gated community, the HOA fees are much higher. A typical 55 plus community might be closer to $300, but in many of the high-end spots in Indian Wells or Rancho Mirage, fees of $800 or more are common. A monthly HOA fee of $2,148, which you can find in some communities, adds up to over $25,000 a year. Let that sink in. That's a massive bill on top of your mortgage, property taxes, and insurance. People get trapped because they don't understand what's included. A high fee might cover your landscaping, security gates, exterior maintenance, and trash pickup. A lower fee might just cover the common areas. What's almost never included are things like your golf or social club membership, which can be another few hundred or $1,000 a month, or something called special assessments. That's when the HOA needs to do a huge repair like replacing the clubhouse roof and sends every homeowner a surprise bill for thousands of dollars. When you see a beautiful home in a resort community, you have to look past the sale price. A mortgage plus a $1,000 HOA fee plus a $400 club fee can make a home that seemed affordable suddenly out of reach. You should investigate the HOA's finances and understand that you're not just buying a home, you're buying into a business and you'll be paying your share of its costs forever. That vibrant tourism that fuels our economy is a double-edged sword, which is con number 4. Your town gets taken over by crowds, traffic, and noise. As a resident, you have to share your home with millions of visitors every year. While that brings amazing energy and world-class restaurants, it also brings major hassles. The festival season is the most extreme example. During big events, the population swells, and the local infrastructure just can't keep up. A simple 10-minute drive to the store can turn into a 45-minute nightmare. Grocery store lines feel endless, and shelves can get picked clean. That quiet, peaceful retirement you were dreaming of is suddenly replaced by the chaos of a major tourist destination. But it's not just the big festivals. The entire season from October to May is busy. Your favorite hiking trails are packed, getting a tea time takes more planning, and the whole vibe is just faster. And to top it off, there's the wind. The valley can get hit with intense winds, sometimes gusting up to 60 miles per hour, that whip up dust and sand. Between the tourist invasion and the wind, that perfect weather you moved here for can sometimes feel like it's for everyone else but you. This last one is about the fundamental way of life in the desert. You are completely dependent on your car, and that can lead to feeling isolated. Even though downtown Palm Springs has a charming, walkable area, the vast majority of the Coachella Valley is a sprawl of suburbs. The dream of walking from your home to a cafe or a friend's house just isn't the reality for most people. A car is a must-have for pretty much every errand. That means you're always dealing with traffic and transportation costs, which are significantly higher than the national average. This car-centric lifestyle can also create social isolation, especially if you're retired and don't have a job to connect you with people. Unless you move into a super active 55-plus community with a built-in social life, making friends takes real effort. Life happens inside gated communities and private clubs. You don't just organically meet people on the street corner. You have to be proactive about joining clubs and putting yourself out there. If you're someone who loves the spontaneous energy of a dense, walkable city, the quiet, closed-off feel of many Palm Springs communities could be a real shock. So I've painted a pretty tough picture: brutal heat, high costs, insane HOA fees, overwhelming crowds, and a car culture that can feel lonely. You're probably wondering, with all of these huge drawbacks, why are so many retirees still moving here and saying they've never been happier? What are the pros living in the desert? That's the million-dollar question. And the answer is that for a certain type of person, retiring here isn't about finding a problem-free life. It's about making a very deliberate trade-off. They are willing to put up with every single con I just mentioned for one all-important reason. The one reason happy residents say it's all worth it isn't just the sun. It's a very specific kind of idyllic living that for the right person is absolutely priceless. Let me paint a picture for you. From October to May, the weather is, and I'm not exaggerating, practically perfect. You wake up almost every single day to clear blue skies and those incredible mountain views. This is your reward for surviving the summer. It's a climate that practically begs you to live an active, outdoor social life that is hard to match anywhere else. For this happy group, those high HOA fees aren't a drain. They're an investment in a curated life. They unlock access to world-class golf courses, tennis and pickleball courts, amazing fitness centers, and a social calendar packed with parties and events. Your neighbors are often other active social retirees who are all there for the same reason, to enjoy life. You feel like you're on a permanent vacation. It's a life built around wellness and connection. You can spend your days hiking surrounded by palm trees, exploring a great art scene, trying amazing restaurants, and your evenings going to galas or street fairs. Happy retirees in the Palm Springs area have made a choice. They've prioritized this active, resort-style, community-focused life above all else. They accept 4 months of intense heat as the ticket to 8 months of paradise. They see the tourists as the engine that supports the world-class amenities they get to enjoy all year long. So before you retire in the Palm Springs area, have an honest talk with yourself. Are you looking for a simple, low-cost retirement? If the answer is yes, this probably is not your place. Retiring in the Coachella Valley is about making that conscious trade-off. You're trading the challenges of the summer and the high cost of living for an incredible lifestyle of activity, community, and resort living during the best months of the year. For those who can afford it and thrive in this specific environment, the cons are just the cost of doing business, and the pros are the return on that investment for a retirement that truly feels like a sun-drenched, permanent vacation. I know it can be overwhelming to figure out if this trade-off is the right one for you. To help, I've created a retirees relocation checklist for Palm Springs area that walks you through budgeting for the real costs and the questions you need to ask yourself before making a move. You can find the link for it down in the description, and it's completely free. And finally, if this video gave you a more realistic picture of what life is truly like in the Palm Springs area, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button and subscribe for more honest insights into desert living. Thanks for watching.